Hi there, everybody. My name is Michelle. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I'm a mental health therapist in the Seattle, Washington area. And today I'm going to be talking about gifts because the holidays are coming up right around the corner. And so this video today is going to be about how you can pick a good gift for your partner based off of their love language. So if you don't know what love languages are, I'm not going to get too far into that today in this video. Instead, I'm going to post a link in the description section that if you go to that website, you can take a free quiz to figure out your love language, and it'll give you all sorts of information about what the love languages are. It's called 5lovelanguages.com, and the love languages were developed by someone named Gary Chapman a number of years ago, I think close to coming up on 20 years ago now. So they've been around a long time. And basically, the idea behind the love languages is that there are 5 of them, and everybody has one. So I'm going to go through each of the 5 today, and I'm going to give out gift ideas for each one. And like I said, if you want to know more about what they are in the first place, check out that website for more information when this video is done. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off in no particular order with the love language of touch. So for somebody who has touch as their love language, you may instantly go to, well, the best gift for them is a massage. And I mean, that would probably be a gift that they love. But something to think about with people who have touch as their love language, at least what I've seen in people I know personally and professionally as clients, when touch is their love language, it's not just about physical touch from someone else that translates as love. People who have touch as their love language tend to just really be in tune with and enjoy experiencing the world through their 5 senses. They tend to really enjoy like good smells, good food, like they notice texture. They're just more in tune with things like that. So when it comes to gift ideas for them, think about any kind of like 5 senses experience that they might enjoy. Maybe it's getting them a candle that's their favorite scent, getting them some lotion that they really like, getting them like a soft sweater or a soft blanket. Those are all things that somebody who has touch as their love language would probably really enjoy because it engages their senses, and that's what they really like and find pleasure in. So thinking about gifts like that could be a good idea for someone whose love language is touch. The next one I'll talk about is acts of service. So with acts of service, if that's someone's love language, they show their love through doing things for other people, and they like that being done for them in return. So they're probably going to be less concerned about getting a gift that's like a physical object that's wrapped, but they'd probably love that too. What someone who has acts of service as their love language would probably really like is a couple things. First would be if there's something that they've really been wanting done and they're either not able to do it themselves or just haven't had the time to do it themselves. If you surprise them by getting that task done, they would really appreciate that as a gift. Whatever it may be. It might be something, I don't know, maybe silly, I guess, like getting the car vacuumed out or something like that, or cleaning out a closet. And if you did those things, they might really appreciate it. Something else, though, like the second thing that I want to mention about acts of service is sometimes they may feel like the way that they show love goes unnoticed or unappreciated. So another thing that they would probably really like as a gift is receiving a card from you that says in the card everything that you notice that they do for you and like for your family, if you guys share children together, that you really appreciate them. Letting them know that you see the acts of service that they do day in and day out and that you're really grateful, that would mean a lot to someone who has acts of service as their love language, most likely. Speaking of cards, I'll move on to words of affirmation next, because with words of affirmation and when it comes to gifts, make sure to include a card. This is really important for someone whose love language is words of affirmation. And not just finding a card that says something nice. They will really appreciate it if you put a handwritten message into that card that expresses your affection for them. That's something someone with words of affirmation would really appreciate. Also, a gift idea that they'd probably like is, inspirational quotes or things like that. They like words, they appreciate language and how we communicate verbally and in writing with one another. So if you can find something like some wall art that seems up their alley, that would be inspirational or have a message that they would really appreciate, that's probably a gift they'd like too. Let me think here. I will move on next to quality time. So quality time for a gift here, again, they're probably not going to be too concerned with getting a wrapped item as a gift. They would like that maybe, but what they'd probably most like is if you planned an experience for the two of you together. Now, you may be worrying to yourself or thinking, ooh, that could get pricey. And yes, it can. So work within your budget. But even if it's just saying, I want to have a night at home where we're not on our phones and we maybe play a card game together, a board game together, if that's something you like to do, or whatever it is, planning something out, putting thought into an evening or an outing together, whether it costs a lot of money or whether it's free, will mean a lot to somebody whose love language is quality time. If there's an event they've really been looking forward to, that requires tickets or things like that, and if you bought that, I mean, that would be hitting the ball out of the park, so to speak. But really anything that shows that you really want to make quality time for them and create memories with them, that's what they value. So think about that when you're thinking about what to give somebody who has quality time of their love language. What will create an experience for the two of you is what matters most. And finally, I'm going to wrap up with maybe what one would argue is the hardest love language when it comes to gift giving at the holidays, which is someone whose love language is gifts. That's a love language. And when somebody's love language is gifts, and if let's say you are a really attentive partner who already shows your partner who has this love language, your love through gifts all throughout the year, when the holidays come around, you might feel a little stumped because you're like, well, I already, give them these things throughout the year. What else can I give them? Or, wow, I'm really feeling the pressure because I want to make this special and I know that this is their love language. So if I don't do it right, I could blow it. The stakes might feel a little higher if your partner's love language is gifts. So the tip that I would give you, because again, this person is going to want to receive a wrapped item. I can pretty much guarantee that. It's important to make sure that you put some thought into this item and that you have a reason for giving it. People who have gifts as their love language, what they really want is for you as their partner to be paying attention to the things that they like and appreciate, to really notice their interests and their tastes and what they like and what they don't like, so that you're not just getting them, a random gift that's like, oh yeah, that'll do, let me grab that. They want to know that you put thought into this and that you are remembering who they are and the little details. That's what somebody who has gifts as a love language wants. So hopefully you've been paying attention, but even if you haven't, when you do go shopping for your partner, and even if you're having a hard time recalling, do they like this? Do they like that? I can't really recall if they've told me if this is something they'd want or not. Go with your heart and pick something that feels meaningful to you. And then, even if your partner opens it and they're like, I didn't really ask for this gift, like, if it's truly from your heart, then you'll be able to say, this gift made me think of you, and let me tell you why. And that, if it's coming from a genuine place, the person who has gifts as their love language will find that very meaningful, that you really took time and effort and put thought into picking out this item just for them. That will mean a lot. So it's all about the details when it comes to someone whose love language is gifts. It's not about getting the biggest or the most expensive or the shiniest thing most of the time. It's about picking something for them that is something that shows you're really paying attention and really had them in mind when you picked out this item and chose to gift it to them. So again, everything I'm talking about today is very broad, very general. Some of this may apply to your partner, some of this may not. Obviously, take this in and then process it yourself to pick and choose which parts fit for your partner and your relationship and what you know of them. So this is definitely not a one size fits all when it comes to gift recommendations, but I hope that it starts maybe steering you in the right direction and gets you maybe thinking about how you can tailor your gift giving to your partner's love language. That's really important. If you're giving a gift year after year that does not align with your partner's love language, and every year you're maybe getting the sense that they're disappointed, try mixing it up this year. Try making sure that you're giving them something that's in alignment with how they prefer to give and receive love. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you have a question for me about love or relationships, send me an email, nextchapter.michelle@gmail.com. If you also want to learn more about me and my practice in Seattle, you can go to my website, www.nextchapter-counseling.com, and I'll put that link in the description section as well. All right, guys, happy holidays. I'll see you next week.